Here's our latest project, an air return vent for the furnace. This is in the dining room and is the largest of three. Let's take some measurements. So 35 inches long, giving 2-inch margin on both ends. We'll have to come up approximately 3.5 inches from the floor and 9 inches to clear the vent, so let's make it 10 inches overall. I've laid out a few lines here. We start the vent itself at 3.5 inches, we go up to the 9-inch mark, and we have a 10-inch board. Measuring the offset, it looks like about 73 millimeters from the center of the bit to the edge of the guide. So many newbie mistakes on this. I used a fixed router instead of a plunge, so of course at the beginning where I dropped the bit in, there are often notches where it moved around just a little bit. There are cuts out to the side because I had a jig on only 3 sides, so I didn't get a very straight, smooth line. Even here where I've got a bit more practice, still, clearly I don't know how to use the machine properly yet. So let's try it again. I thunk long and hard, and even though I have a plunge router, I don't have the appropriate size collet. So a router's probably not going to be the way I tried the second way. This time I decided to go at it with the table saw. I realized that although I have a large area to fill, I've got essentially 2 panels, one here on the left, one here on the right. So if I make a panel out of, for instance, this piece of MDF, I'm going to rip this down to size, but then I can use the fence or the sled simply to make a series of almost box joint cuts, very deep, but it'll achieve the same effect. So after quite a bit of sawing, this is the result. Can't focus. Let's clean that lens. Try again. Focus. Much better. So as I say, very deep cuts, much like a box joint. And I've got 1 panel. I need to create 3 more. Here's our panel. I've already created the largest return vent, so I'm just gluing up one of the smaller ones here. You can see 1-inch margins, top, bottom, sides. The glue is dry and I have already sanded everything, so here we are just nailing the vent to the wall. Last but not least, we use the punch to make sure that the nails are far enough down that they won't mar the surface when we apply paint tomorrow.